4,000 hours of practice. I can honestly say that this time period, 3,000 to 4,000 hours, felt like grabbing a new gear. The old phrase, if something clicked, is very appropriate here. There's a lot to unpack, so I'll just get down to it. I chose to go full in on the fundamentals, including sound dynamics, bends, tremolo picking, and harmonics. I successfully injured my fretting hand twice during this time period due to spending an hour on bends each day. I pushed too hard and had to cut back to 10 minutes a day of practice. Had it not been for the injuries, I probably would have actually made my original goal of 4,000 hours prior to the new year of 2024. I didn't listen to my body and paid the price for it. Where's my confidence at right now? Reasonably high without being cocky. Unless it's thrash or shredding, I've got it down now. Power chords, bar chords, pentatonic scales, I've got it. I can play a lot faster than normal, but once again, I'm competent, not a shredder. Would I be confident in instructing someone at this point? Yes, if they're beginner to beginning intermediate. I still would not be comfortable in a band or a studio at this point. There's just way too many mistakes that I still make and don't have songs committed to memory. I can play off of the screen, but I'm not there yet. I go into the gear that I have now, but there's less and less focus on the gear. I can play any guitar, use any amplifier, have a full pedal collection now except for a looper pedal. I have modeling amps, tube amps, etc. It's just not at the forefront of my concerns anymore, not like it used to be unless I'm looking to spend money for the sake of spending money. So what's the focus right now? The focus for this period was absolutely trying to hammer music theory into my head. There's a book series called The No Bull Guitar Music Theory that's been easy enough for me to digest. I'm about halfway through the second book of 3 and it's starting to sink in finally. I'm looking forward to finishing this series off, then I'll hit my books on the Nashville number system and then teaching myself how to read music. I spent a good few minutes every day after practice just going over the statistics that I've earned that day, trying to see what, if anything, I'd be looking at when I'm done with this. I'm struggling to find a metaphor here, but this is what I've got. When someone has a car that they're looking to modify, the first few improvements are usually pretty amazing and drastic. Following improvements usually become more and more nuanced. Unfortunately, you find yourself digging in as deep as you can, pulling whatever tricks you can pull out of your rear end to get any minute little edge. Sadly, these are also usually insanely expensive. I feel at this point I can say I have built for myself a solid foundation with a few cracks here and there. I anticipate that I'll have that solidified by 5,000 hours. I know I've still got my work cut out for me. There's a lot to learn with this. It's all too easy looking back to see how people give up on this. When I look at this, though, I see how far I've come, and it's just a solid, feeling. I ain't the best in the world. I don't need to be. For the time being, at this point, I'm good. I know that I won't be good for long, and I'm going to want more. Just a matter of time. I'm generating a support structure online and hoping that what I'm doing helps someone when they start their journey like I did. All that comes to mind anymore is the words of Frank Zappa. Keep going and don't stop. I do want to say this, though, and I'll probably catch heat for it. The amount of commentators that I've seen that typically state the 10,000 hour rule is BS, I genuinely believe that it isn't, at least not at this point. Now, mind you, I still have 6,000 hours to go, but looking at the map for this journey, it adds up pretty good if mastery is indeed what you're targeting. I'm hopeful to hit 5,500 hours before New Year's Day 2025. See you when I get there. Best wishes until then, my friends. Final stats at 4,000 hours. Total playtime, 4,000 hours, 4 minutes. 247 of 4,776 tracks at 100% plus. Overall mastery, 92.27%. 40,514 song playthroughs. Overall accuracy, 93.36%. Yeah, I overexerted myself. It's the price of passion, or that's what I tell myself to sleep at night. This period of the arc, it was a forge. So many long hours doing drills, scales, finger exercises, chords, days and weeks doing nothing but the same stuff over and over again. I abandoned songs for these drills. Why? Because I'd seen the power of these and felt that they were more worthy of my time. It was only after I'd spent that amount of time on these drills that when I went back to the songs, they fell at my feet as though they were nothing. Sad thing was, those were the simple songs. However, when you're fumbling through songs and you suddenly find traction, it's like a snail on the back of a turtle. The only thing you can think is, wow, this is really, really fast. I can say this much in hindsight. I'm aggravated that nobody had left any benchmarks for me and what to expect along the way. It's part of the reason I'm doing this. It's not for me and my sake, but for those that will follow.